One thing I'm a little worried about is like I feel like Slark isn't going to be able to do all too much until they get that instant initiation. Like Dragon Knight is going to have to build a blank dagger pretty early on.
Necrobook is the actually good Midas. Midas is bad Midas, and Boots of Travel is ganking Midas.
Midas is bad Midas.
Yep.
I agree entirely.
Yeah, just try and argue. All right, nice ward from Execration. Is going to spot the fact that Armel is coming up towards top, and he is looking for blood. I think RR... Oh, did he at least manage to get the fate? Wait, where's this fated brooch?
Right. Did he send it back?
I'm not sure. That's first blood at bottom, actually. Gabby dying. Armel, one more touch to finish it off. Paulos getting run at. They do have this Doom available. He was trying to play around the Shadow Dance. Now he needs to get into these trees. They're still chasing. They don't manage to land the Remnant, but March body blocking him in a little bit. And the silence just lasts way too long. So even with spotting that rotation, Armel gonna end up getting the double kill. And I don't feel like the Slark really needed to die there. So it could have actually been a pretty good exchange across the map, only losing your Oracle and then the Spectre dying bottom. But instead, now trying to make it go onto Tim's. He does have the Swashbuckle. He's also got the TP coming through. And now the Haunt. Queen of Pain in a little bit too deep. Tim's, can he get the deny? Gabby thought about it for a second, but it will still be a kill for the Dragon Knight. KP chasing in. Breathe Fire's there. Gabby's still chasing. KP, can he close the gap for this Thunderclap? Do they even need it? One more punch is going to do, and that is a double kill for the Doom. And now he's got the BOTs.
Plus 600 gold, you did. Just for fun, you know.
Well, March dying top, but looking for the turnaround is Armel. Do not land the Remnant. And the step forward, but Paulos has already run out of the Shadow Dance. He's just trying to juke around the fog. Armel still chasing. 5 seconds to go on both of his cooldowns. The Pounce is off.
Be a 1-for-1 trade with these outposts. Neither team too sad about that.
Bender got to be careful about how far he chases. There is a Grimstroke back here, so there's the Phantom's Embrace. If he just goes for the rune, he might walk straight into an Aether Remnant. Immediate silence. He wanted that bounty, but Armel's going to claim his. And now RR also maybe the target. They've only got the one Astral Step, so need to land the slow into the immediate Aether Remnant. He's maybe got the Fate's Edict to protect himself a little bit. No. And not even going to help.
KP in a bit of trouble. 3-man rotation.
He's speedy, though. The Pounce is still available, and they do connect it. Yaha grabbing the kill.
Not speedy enough.
So going to work there. Ben-Hur pushing out mid lane a little bit.
Armel's got top.
Yeah, it's kind of slow sieging. He's got a really nice neutral item. Arcane Ring, the stats feel too good. Doom onto the Dragon Knight. Rolling Thunder through. Quap does have the blink available, but the silence coming in. And Armel finishing off that kill. Now DK surrounded by 4. Double kill for this Void Spirit. Getting very close to the Yules. Paulos is even down here. Along with the rest of Execration, they're actually thinking about trying to take this fight. Ben-Hur coming over. They got to be careful. Armel still got some spells. They do have the damage onto the Doom if they can keep him trapped under the tower. Doing good work. Armel living. Another Astral Step through. Good damage. And now March looking for the turnaround with the Soulbind. They're going to deal with the silence quickly, and Ember still has some remnants. Sonic Wave. Armel, if they could get his streak, it would be some nice gold for them. And Ben-Hur does clean it up.
Even the wisest fall.
It's been the Void Spirit show so far.
No Gabby present, and that's just because he's happily farming away. Getting closer and closer. He's got his Necro book. He wants to hit on 10. Pretty standard, just going into the relic, eventually the Radiance.
Cool. KP getting gone on to get it mid. The disarm does come out onto the Ember Spirit, and now the roll through from Tim's. He's also got the Ink Swell on top of him. So trouble for the Dragon Knight. No save for the Oracle. And that is just going to end up being 2 quick kills. They already used it on the Ember, but he's getting dragged back in. Doesn't have any more remnants. And that's just 3 for TNC. It does need to be said that I feel like TNC have gotten quite lucky with the neutral items here, like getting the Iron Talon on the Spectre and getting the Arcane Ring for the Void Spirit. Definitely some of the best for those two. Ben-Hur, a little bit light in the remnants. Gonna get Yules'd up. They do have a Doom. I don't even know if they need it. They're just gonna keep the chain stun going, and there's the kill.
I like what he's doing here. He's got Tim's and March standing nearby, just making sure he doesn't die. You've always got KP's presence there with the Boots of Travel. They've looking for a go here onto Palos, especially after he uses this. Oh, no.
They're sitting behind him. They do have the false promise, but the Rolling Thunder is just connecting onto everybody. They get obliterated by the Haunt. The two supports trying to help out, but they're just going to end up being more fuel for the fire. Armel with the double kill, and what is everybody else doing on the map right now for Execration?
I mean, I could understand with Ben-Hur, it feels like you really need the Spirit Vessel to try and make anything happen on the map, but it's just a little optimistic when you're coming up against a Spectre, right? Who's probably going to hit a similar sort of Radiance timing to your Spirit Vessel timing.
Kills. Hit the Remnant. Dragonite trying to help out. They've got the silence and the disarm, so he can't escape. Does get the slide off at the end. All right, Ben-Hur living, but doesn't seem like Dragonite's going to be quite so lucky. Sonic Wave pushback. KP running forward. A little bit more damage to finish off this Dragonite. He's still surviving, courtesy of the Edict. They can't decide what they want to do with the Soulbind. KP standing strong in the front lines. Palos does actually come in, and he's able to clean up March. Armel in the back lines a bit with his haste rune. AP still fighting. Looking like he might just end up being a few more stacks for this Slark. With the Fusel Blade starting to go to work. All right.
It's just KP there.
Yeah.
I think the big difference that time around is just the target prioritization, right? He's got the Radiance now as well.
Oh, this next fight is going to be nasty.
They're all grouped up. Want to make something happen.
Oh, Armel's invis. Looking for the lockdown onto Ben-Hur. Starting this out. Here comes the Remnant. Can he jump away? No. Here comes the Haunt. They're even going to doom him just to make 100% sure that they get this kill. Can they find a little bit more? They're pinging on the Dragon Knight. He's going to be able to blink in just a second, so he's fine.
You saw they dropped everything on that Ember Spirit, and he would have just been more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, there really was nothing that they could do there. Paul's going to come up, grab a little bit of Necrobook farm. Pretty happy with that. Armel pressuring him. Gets the taunt. Is this enough damage? He gets the Shadow Dance off, but he's still just dead. Even somebody like the Dragon Knight, right? Sure, he's tanky, but the silence means you're just not doing what you want to do in these fights. Ben-Hur getting forced into a BKB. Oh, comes no. Connect. Okay, Dragon Knight tanking up the Remnant. Nicely done. But still, they're able to keep this fight going, and DK going to be the target instead. Inkswell plus the Rolling Thunder. Keep the chain stun going. And he tanks the gank for his Ember. I guess it doesn't really scale very well, huh? It's only an extra 15 DPS and just costs you more mana. You may as well just max out your other abilities.
Is will he need it to essentially make it a success for them? Going to be another case of Armel leading the way, catching someone out one more time.
They can kind of go up these blind high grounds. If the smoke breaks, they can just instantly pop the Haunt and find the jump. Oh, they see Palos now. All right, they're going to try and send in Armel first. There's a silence. Going to yields him up. Maybe use the Doom just to secure it. Nope, don't even need it. KP thought about it for a second, but that kill is guaranteed. And Gabby not even letting them get away with anything up top. He's just holding the wave, looking to pressure this tier 2. Ben-Hur getting burned up a little bit, and there are more heroes here looking to help out. Ben-Hur's got the Remnant. Where is it, in fact? He's still getting just chased by Gabby this entire time. Now the Haunt comes out to keep on chasing. Gabby really wants this kill, and it seems like Ben-Hur might just get ticked out. He does just barely get out of the Radiance range. Meanwhile, the Haunt and the rest of TNC are just cleaning up the Dragon Knight and the Oracle.
We haven't seen a single one. It's all been on the back foot. Never the entire team there.
Precious bounty.
It's not even like they can bait, really, right? Like, Armel just goes in, there's the silence. Palos does manage to get a little bit of a jump away, but he's already lost half of his HP, and KP just looking for him. They do throw out the ultimate. KP taking a lot of damage. He gets the BKB off at the last second, but still going to end up being brought down. Gabby, just the immediate Manta, wants to reset, doesn't want anything to do with this fight anymore. A little bit too deep from KP. So how did we get to this position? Like, what have TNC done, or what have Execration done wrong this game that it's just kind of snowballed to this point? Is it a draft thing? Is it the way they played the lanes thing? What's the
It's
reason?
this situation happening over and over again with Ben-Hur dying.
Yeah.
And it just feels like, sure, they kind of take that fight on their side of the map. They took a few around the middle of the map. They could transition that into the Roshan. And they're really not too worried about wasting any time. Like, they can just leave Gabby here, and he's probably one of the more efficient players that we're seeing within the Southeast Asian region.
Armo with the double jump forward. They're looking for this Dragon Knight. Who are they haunting in on, actually? It's RR trying to escape with the TP. Good luck to you, my friend. Are they going to let the Dragon Knight go? Armel's still chasing him. Paolo's just going to go for the ulti and the TP out. Dragon Knight not so lucky. Just going to get surrounded and finished off. Godlike for Armel.
Every single one of these other ones, it's like they pick off a couple of people, and then it's just like lambs to the slaughter, right? They've never rotated essentially through as 5, or if they have, it's been a really minor target that they've found.
Oh, that has the target. Tim's rolling forward. He does have the clumsy net once he finds him, so he can just jump out and net him up potentially. There you go, with the silence, and it's another kill for March. Only a second of the game. They've got a Doom on the Slark as well at bottom, so he's also getting cleaned up. KP's like, why did you take that? Your Aegis was just about to get reclaimed. I have to go base. What's going on?
He probably didn't realize.
Well, 17k now the lead. Immediate disarm onto the Dragon Knight. Spirit Vessel is getting helped out a little bit by RR. Can he make it back to the base? Gabby is doing so much damage here. He does get the blink up onto the high ground. Tim's still chasing. One quick bash and one more quick kill. The tier 2 is still up, but at this point it feels like TNC can just run at them wherever they are on the map. The game is just completely unplayable for the backline now, right? Like, Haunt gets popped, you're losing half of your HP to that. There's a Void Spirit who has nothing to worry about from your heroes, so he's just gonna silence you. Oh. Wait for it. So much chain stun, beyond godlike streak. Yaha trying to help out. Essence Strings can keep him alive for a second longer. RR even getting caught inside of the base. We got a clumsy net. Dragon Knight trying to help, but here comes the Soulbind. You don't want to get too close to your buddy. They're going to buy back on the Quap. Sonic Wave through, but the damage is just not enough. Double kill for Armel. They're buying back 3 and now trying to chase. They get the chains onto Gabby, but it's still just outside of the base. And he's got his team here helping him out. TNC looking to escort him back to safety. And Palos can't afford to die. He does get the Shadow Dance off this time around, but it's just to focus on a Necro Book. It's not to get a kill.
Sounds weird, but it might even be counterintuitive to take the tier 1 tower against TNC, right? Because that refreshes the glyphs. So if they're trying to clear out these creep waves when they're pushing into the base, they can just pop it and use it in an offensive way.
Yeah. Well, bash into Palos, losing half of his HP pretty much immediately. Gabby just gonna keep on gliding forward. Shadow Dance coming out. Palos feeling like he needs to commit, but you know, Tim's still doing all right. Sonic Wave is gonna bring him down. Rolling Thunder not all that helpful, and still gonna keep on chasing. They do have the Manta on Gabby.
KP's not here.
No, they're gonna wait for the chains. Perhaps he's actually jumping into the backline, just hopping around everywhere. Here comes the Soulbind. Both of those heroes just getting instantly eliminated, and they even jump forward with the Inkswell to lock onto Ben-Hur. Well, Armel just cleaning house, punishing them. They didn't even need KP. He was just chilling top, finishing off the Shivas. He's farmed. Having a very good time. And now with a 28k lead, TNC finally feeling like they can kind of hide around.
They have to call it, right? Like, they saw all the buybacks from the previous team fight. There we go.
Yeah, all right, there we go. A little bit of a conversation maybe about this game. Put it behind you. Prepare for the next one, and then just call the GG, because that is that. Nicely executed by TNC. It really felt like Armel just kind of popped off, got a lot done. They killed the Ember a whole bunch. I think if this game goes longer than like 25 minutes, the Execration might be in some trouble, because I do think that their lineup hits a little bit of a wall. He's gonna go base if you ever get him low, so it's like, maybe just play for your own farm.
This top lane going a lot better this time around for BHM. I know it's early days, but getting
They still got a toss for Gabby, so he's actually just going to go in aggressively. Yaha is in the middle of the creeps. March helping it out, looking like Tiny might be dead here. There is a toss. BHM can't do too much more. He does have the Decrepify blast coming up, but March not going down. He's just diving through. The Fairy Fire's getting popped. Gabby able to sidestep. Decrepify about to run out. Does seem like Pugna's going to survive, but that's pretty nasty. It is going to be a really fast 6 for the Quap in comparison to the Nature's Prophet. What's going on with these bounty runes? They're bringing Gabby over as well. They really want it. Jumping straight onto Yaha, but got to be careful again of this combo potential. They do have the magic wand charges. Gabby's still holding it. They're looking for the turnaround now. Here comes another blast. One more tick will do it. BHM really wants this kill. Can he find it? Blink away. Still living. Another blast soon, nice, but I don't know if that blast is going to do enough. And now they come back. Pugna with the auto attacks, just trying to finish off March that way. Goes for the outpost for a second. Gabby going to keep on fighting. And I think he's got this one. Stick charges, not going to save him. And TNC, definitely the victors there. At mid lane, the TP comes in and Ben-Hur able to stand his ground.
Deny?
There was no Sonic Wave and yeah, even a deny on the Nature's Prophet.
What was this bot side about this? You want to make sure you can get at least a couple of those extra hits for a bit of extra farm for yourself. Expedite that blink dagger and
RR dead. Yaha coming down here now. Wrath of Nature. Ben-Hur just going to TP straight on top of KP, but he gets the stun off and he's pretty speedy just heading into the trees. They are going to go for Tim's instead, and he will end up paying the price, as we also have Pugna dying at top. While the Tiny is away, Gabby and March will pressure, and Gabby going right back to farming. Can they keep it alive? Are going to put his body on the line just to make sure that the Lifestealer is able to heal all the way back up to full. And Outpost does go quickly capped as lanes pushed forward. Yaha threatening. We're going to go for Gabby. Wrath of Nature bouncing it. That's big damage with the Decrepify. I do not think that Gabby was expecting that. Could have maybe dodged it by popping the blur, but
basically dead even. Well, RML having bottled that haste has the potential to rotate through at any time.
Radiant's courier has been
the global presence of the Prophet is really nice, and they're already putting the Treants and the blast to work to take out this tower. Paulo's getting gone on the bottom. Gabby making the rotation after his death. Tim's blocking him off with the Fisher. RR
the stick,
trying to save him, but this is a lot of damage. Just waiting to give it to Gabby if they can. Blink forward. They've also caught out the Snapfire. Rest in peace, RR.
a bit rash.
Speaking of the Pugna and the Tiny, you've got a Tiny position 4 who's about a level and a half ahead and taking a fair amount of greedy farm himself, although it might be in a bit of a precarious position.
Oh no, Armel just walking straight up that hill. It wasn't blind. They did have a little bit of vision, but it does seem like TNC, with this blink, deciding to kind of take this fight. Maybe they dangle KP as a little bit of bait, and then they can force the fight after that. Here we go, jump in, Echo Slam onto 2, immediately Sonic Wave, the whole combo coming out, but Yaha turns it around with the Avatos combination. Armel dropping very low, he gets the blink away, and the bottle sip's gonna keep him alive. Almost a 2 for 2, but does end up just being a 2 for 1.
So it's unfortunate to have to lose your tier 1 tower, but I think in exchange, getting a tier 2 is perfectly fine for Execration. Now they've got the opportunity to pick up some neutral items for themselves. A couple of being discovered already, but apparently they found someone out here.
Yeah, Avatos on the Tims, Wrath of Nature not bouncing over to him, so I think he's actually okay. March keeping him alive with the Sunray. Now Yaha in trouble, BHM doing his best with the life drain, but still gonna be a kill. Supernova coming out. Ben-Hur trying to deal with it, but he gets pushed back by the Sonic Wave, and so does Paulo's. They do finally get those last few auto attacks. This Rage about to run out. Tim's with the timing on the stun. He won't be able to get the blink out, but still Paulo's in some danger. Good Decrepify, stopping Gabby for a second, but still it's a rampage for Armel. Well, he had a slow start, but that is definitely going to pick up the pace for him. 3.3k gold now banked. I guess he can infest the Prophet if that's the plan, but March seems like March is a free kill.
That's the play.
Oh, is he even? They start with the Decrepify, so he just gets the dive away, and now that they have any kind of interrupt, no. Armel is looking. All right, they get the silence onto him. He's pretty tanky. The Blade Mail helping, and in comes KP. The damage is immense. They lose the Nature's Prophet immediately. Yaha jumps in, does get the Avatar's combination, so they make it a 1-for-1 with the mid laners getting traded away. KP, Guardian Sprint in 2 seconds. Does get stunned up by the cookie, but everyone's here to help out. And Gabby wants to keep on going. This Tiny getting saved for a second. The Decrepify coming through. Another Avatar's combination. They're going to focus onto the Supernova. Palos deals with it quickly, and it seems like this fight's starting to go Execration's way as they bring in the rest of their numbers. Yaha looking for a little more, but Tim's has already just TP'd away. Nice that they were able to find that immediate jump. Still worrisome that, you know, this game continues to kind of drag and TNC continue to get stronger, but
going in again.
Yeah, they want it. Here comes the combo. Say goodbye to Gabby. March gonna go for the dive away, but he doesn't actually make it down to the low ground. Won't quite be brought down. The double bracer and the Wandy is pretty tanky.
Be lacking a little damage here, especially if Armel gets picked off early on again.
Alright, they do have the obs. They take the safe high ground, going over towards their outpost. They see two Echo Slam getting dropped. They have the chain stun onto this Lifestealer. He gets brought down immediately. Ara tries to turn with the little Shredder, but realizing that it's a little bit futile, there is level 12 on March now. And with that, TNC take the fight and quickly go and take the objective. And
with your trans, granted they're about to expire, but you need to get something in exchange for this.
Well,
Palos needs to be careful about getting picked off. He doesn't have enough for buyback.
I mean, they buy time, but doesn't this game just get better and better for TNC the longer it goes on? Ben-Hur.
Oh, Ben-Hur.
Yeah, he's looking pretty dead. Even with the BKB, those crits, they hurt. And
that is not the
10
10-second BKB that you need.
Somewhat aggressively to try and find a catch as TNC maybe go for the TP back, but Palos needing to be careful. He has been corrosive hazed up. Tim's is going to be the one coming back to look to defend. He's shadow blading forward. Spots Yaha and now the Pugna as well. Got the Glimmer Cape. Oh, they walk together. Here comes the chain stun. They're laying down the Supernova. I think Pugna's just going to get burned down by that, and Tiny also kind of unable to escape. The Wrath of Nature does some good damage to Tim's, but TNC cleaning up both of these kills, and they even try and engage at mid at the same time. But Palos just gonna get daggered and brought down 1,300 damage. Gabby wants to keep on going, but are a little bit out of his reach. Okay. So they've scanned him a couple of times, but Tim's still just kind of running for it. Okay, they catch a glimpse of him now as they put the Observer Ward down. All right, this should be an easy kill. See you later, Tim's. He's
don't know if that Wrath of Nature was necessary.
It's not going to be easy. He also has an Orb of Destruction waiting for himself back in the stash. So I think that's coming out in just a second. Yep, Orb of Destruction on its way. Fight at bottom, getting forced. Palos caught out. Can they keep him alive? Medic Pugna is trying. The Glimmer Cape as well, doing its best, but the best is not good enough. Nature's Prophet trying to escape. Looks like the Supernova is going to be saved as well. There's just too much damage coming from TNC. And
KP went for the deny on the egg as well at the end.
Yaha trying to get out of here, but all of his mobility is on cooldown. Armel gonna get the dagger. Ring around the Rosie. Tim's coming over with the lockdown. And it's gonna be a slow and painful death, but a death all the same for the Tiny.
There is nothing that can stop this
guy.
Toss. I mean,
a lot of space.
His TP is still on cooldown for 30 seconds though, so
he just wants a blink, you know.
Okay, so Lifestealer dead for 20. Now a 17k lead for TNC. Gabby finds out the Pugna. He was not there for very long. We caught that whole kill on camera. You don't need a whole lot of video for that. And TNC with that, head into the pit, cleaning this up very quickly, even without the amp.
He's trying to fight.
Yeah, standing his ground. A little bit of a sprout. Lifestealer coming forward. Crush comes out. Armel blinking forward. Pretty aggressively. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana, but still going to be able to kill off Ben-Hur. Now turning his attention over towards RR. Quick illusion rune pop. Here comes the help from the rest of the team. Follow-up stuns from Tim's and the rest of the gang. Here to bail him out. Yeah. TNC just going from fight to fight to fight to fight.
Has to be said, sometimes it's just not your day. Didn't get a single bash through onto that Queen of Pain either when he turned around and fought on the Palos Lifestealer, and just doesn't seem like Gaben has it.
Glimmer Cape helping for a second. Toss back. Tiny saying, get
Hit the Nether Ward, please.
Yeah. Oh. Run, Tiny, run.
Yeah, he does.
They're still running at him. Tims and Armel, despite having pretty much no mana. Armel's digging out the cheese from his backpack just so that they can get this kill. Steal his creep from him as well. Won't even let the man have a moment to breathe. We've seen this story before. Can he toss the Quap away, maybe? No, they're just... Alright, toss. Avalanche. Well... Almost dodged the Sonic Wave. Alright, buying back now. Maybe try and find a fight with this team. Lifestealer just losing half of his HP to one dagger. Another dagger is ready to go. Palos, if he gets bashed, he could just end up dying to the Abyssal Blade, but... Oh. Now that you're amped, you also don't want to be anywhere near this PA. The combo that was once a huge problem for Gabby, now no longer so much of an issue. There's that bash that we were looking for. Gabby jumps forward, capitalizing with the Abyssal Blade. Ben-Hur getting cookied inside of his fountain. Is that a safe place to be? March is here. They're trying with the little shredder. He does finally get brought down. The dive continues. Gabby maybe a little bit too far here. BHM draining. The disarm helping out a lot. Palos armlet toggling to live. Gabby life number one. Tims does have the blink echo slam, or is he just going to give him the blink out? What is the choice going to be here? All right, he gives him the blink target. Gabby, can he keep on fighting? He's lost half of his HP already. Another blink coming up. Tim's going to keep on running. Puts his life on the line. Perhaps he's got the blink echo slam ready. Jumps back in. Gabby can't get an auto attack off. And TNC getting punished for the fountain dive will lose everybody. Well, a couple of tips coming out. You know, take a second. Glyph coming through. March trying to hold. Here comes RR. Yaha also.
What Yaha's doing there? Yeah, he needs to get up there quick fast.
I mean, the PA doesn't have a buyback. Dead for 30 seconds guaranteed, so this is going to be a lane of racks for Execration. That never say die attitude.
The KP, he's got enough for his Ags, but Korea's dead for the next minute, so he's not going to have it for this fight.
TNC just straight smoking, trying to catch somebody outside of the base, or even just inside of their own base. The Radiant scan does reveal this. Is that going to matter? They're trying to use the Tiny as the vehicle to get the Lifestealer back inside. Nice Force Staff buys him a little bit more space. His life is gone, and now they also catch a stun onto Palos. Laying down the Mortimer's Kisses. Ara trying to do his best, but Gabby just cleaving through everything.
Oh, no.
Sonic Wave to bring down two more. Do we have another Fountain Dive on our hands? Gabby's thinking about it, but he wants someone to tank. Are they going to put the Supernova in the way again, or have TNC learned their lesson and just going to try and close this one out? Backdoor protection is actually still enabled.
So you've got Tims here on the top side, though. He's going to push it.
Silence on the Quap. Does get hexed up as well by the Princess Knife. March is going to keep him alive with the heals. Big damage. Ben-Hur surviving for a second. Lifestealer now the focus of all the attention. Supernova coming out.
Palos.
He tried. There's that second Sonic Wave. Here's a pause as Pugna disconnects. And the GG does come out.
Oh, and the value tips coming through as well. So, as expected, I was impressed with how they took out that early game, but it does show the difference in skill level potentially, right? Like, with the early aggression was coming out from the likes of Neon, TNC, Fnatic. When you go this Nature's Prophet, especially in the mid lane,